Hello, Sally Henderson, high stakes leadership mentor and creator of The Real Method. We are halfway through this leadership series and I'm gifting tools and techniques in support of leaders stepping into the role of CEO for the very first time. In chapter 4 today, we're focusing on how to recast relationships now that you're the boss. Because once you become CEO in that top seat, it's true when they say it can get lonely. Because beyond your control is the fact that all the relationships around you are recasting because you're in that boss seat. There's a relationship for you to focus on though, first and foremost, to recasting all the other relationships well. And it's this one. It's the relationship you have with yourself now that you're a CEO. Is that relationship a healthy one? Is it one that's supporting you? Here's how to find out. If you go look in a mirror and really look at yourself, who do you see looking back? Is it that really talented, ambitious, confident first-time CEO, really celebrating the fact they're in the seat now? Or actually, is it that dreaded imposter syndrome looking back at you? Going, well, you got a bit lucky. Just you wait till you're found out. The relationship you hold with yourself is critical to the relationships you hold with everybody else. So to support you in making that healthier, when you're looking in the mirror, seeing who's looking back, I want you to do this exercise. I want you to write the 5 beliefs that you hold about yourself very honestly when you're looking at yourself eye to eye in the mirror as a first-time CEO. Then review these beliefs. What are they telling you about yourself? Are they supportive, as I said earlier, or are they just giving you a real kind of, stick? Come on, must do better, must do better. If anybody else could hear how your relationship with yourself is currently as a new CEO, would you be proud? Would you ever give the same advice or the same way of talking to your best friend? Often it's not the case because often we are our own harshest critic. If we look at supporting recasting with others now that you're the boss, I use this technique all the time with my clients as part of the Real Method. It's in the Sculpt module and it's leadership vision boarding. I often find stress and anxiety comes from clients, especially transitioning at CEO level for the first time, because you're just not quite clear on what your leadership is right now. Often people are calling on out-of-date leadership styles, or they're hanging out so far in the future thinking, I should be like this now I'm CEO, that you're not in the present. You don't understand your leadership accurately. What you do to help you get better at knowing about your own leadership and how it's unique to you is you create a leadership vision board by looking at images and what actually resonates. If we were to manifest your leadership vision board, what words, what images, what phrases reflect you as a leader right now as a first-time CEO? What's the honest reflection? Are you being a harsh judge? Are you actually living as someone else's version of leadership? We're going to come into leadership vision boards again in chapter 5, interestingly. But that leadership vision board gives you a baseline of how you think your leadership is now as a first-time CEO. What you then do is you create a leadership vision board for the future. Say we're a year down the track or 6 months down the track. You're no longer completely new as a CEO. You know now what you did not know now, or rather you know then what you did not know now. How has your leadership changed? How has it grown? How has it strengthened? How has it evolved? By creating that future leadership vision board, you can then do something incredibly powerful. You can start being it in the now. Because interestingly, and it's a fact, your brain does not know the difference between past, present, or future, fact or fantasy. By physically manifesting how your leadership will look in the future, you can be it now, and that builds confidence. It's not about being fake or fake it till you make it. No, it's about you focusing on your leadership growth and having a plan of how to get there. It just takes so much anxiety and stress out of what is, let's not forget, a new situation. I have seen leadership vision boards transform my clients and also make them smile a hell of a lot more as a first-time CEO. Another technique which I referenced previously to help you recast relationships is using my 3 bullets. Simply articulating in very layman's terms the outcomes you wish to have with other people now that you're that boss, now that you're in the CEO seat for the very first time. That gives your brain direction, it again builds confidence, and it really increases your likelihood of landing that positive outcome rather than keeping your fear demons at bay that the relationship isn't the one that perhaps you want, or how do you even know, because now you're the boss, you're not getting the same level of feedback down the pub, etc., etc. 3 bullets, very successful to land outcomes. 3 things that you want people to walk away thinking and feeling about you. By clarifying relationships in this way, and I'm just giving you a whistle-stop tour and a couple of light touch techniques, it helps you to define that team dynamic better, because people will understand how they can relate to you and each other when the relationships work better. I know that's so obvious to say to you, but the work I get to do, I see all the time where recasting relationships actually hasn't happened effectively, and more often than not, it's with the self. So do look at getting a mentor, getting someone to support you with your leadership growth, because when we have subjectivity, we also have blind spots. And when you're looking at recasting relationships, those blind spots can really drag you back. So I hope this whistle stop tour has supported you in just getting a bit more curious on how to recast relationships now that you're the CEO for the first time with yourself and with others. In chapter 5, we'll be building on this tool of leadership vision boarding to look at the question, or rather the statement, it's time to ditch your leadership heroes. So I hope you can join me for that. Please do share this series. It's here to support, it's here to help. And please do get involved. I'd love your comments. I'd love your feedback. Thanks very much. I'll see you soon. Bye.